Okay, JK, let's switch gears. Let's go down this road. You've been kind of on the edge with technological advances and
I have.
fair chase, trail cams, active trail cams that call your smartphone and go, hey,
Hey,
I got this here at the water hole. So, and then drones. We've had a whole big deal with the department on fair chase and drones, and
well, they're illegal to use for hunts because they've been designated in the same category as aircraft.
okay, well, in our friend Jimmy's case, hunter harassment, in my mind, is a big deal.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
Yeah, he said it sounded, when he was discussing it with me, he said it sounded like he had a whole swarm of bumblebees 75 feet above his head, which is noise. And, it's like anything else. When you got noise centralized that's unusual, animals pay attention.
oh yeah.
And so evidently this one had an extended range well over a mile in either direction.
Okay,
That's a sophisticated
that's
drone.
puzzling me. What's he basing that on?
Well, he watched as far as he could as to where it flew and how he could hear it moving around. And he said it went north of him and then made a loop and went way south until they could no longer see it,
That
but
guy
it
had
was
to be
moving.
pretty close to the operator.
No,
You think?
no, that's the key. He said it went over a mile where where they last saw it was well over a mile and they still hadn't landed.
Holy cow!
Yeah. So
That's a pricey drone.
yeah, and he said it was significant because he has his own drone that he puts around in his yard with, but he said this one was twice the size of his, and here we go again. Where is the invasion of privacy limitations on technology? And we know that it's not legal to use for fair chase, but why are trail cams legal to use if it's not? If drones aren't acceptable for fair chase, why are trail cams, particularly during hunting seasons? I understand drones and as well as trail cams should be available from December to July 1st. After that, leave it to the nature.
Well, we're in a situation on trail cams. Rules and regulations are being changed to address exactly what you're talking about.
Well, Nevada did a great job because
They
Nevada
did.
outlawed
Yeah.
any trail cams in any way, shape, or form, particularly live feeds from I think it was July 1st and passive feeds from August 1st. So you can't use them during any hunts anywhere on the landscape. Period. End of story. Arizona, on the other hand, the commissioners backed off because there were about 14 or 15 guys who came and yelled at a meeting. Yeah, well, so.
I get it.
But if in the spirit of fair chase, that technology gives an added incentive and an added benefit to the pursuer, which is us, the hunter.
Okay, so where are we legally with regulations on hunter harassment? So
That-
if I come out there on your hunt and I've got a wooden spoon in a pan,
Yep, that's hunter harassment. You,
so
you can
in
you
my
can be
mind,
arrested.
so's a drone.
I totally agree. I totally agree. The key, however, is that there is no physical person to apprehend, and you have to track it. You know that's the hard part. You don't know where that drone came from.
Okay, let me ask you this. So then, can you catch it?
Catch the drone.
Catch the drone.
You can catch the drone, but as we both found out, if you shoot a drone down, there may be a price to pay legally.
There's a huge gray area relative to that.
And I'm sure it's going to be fleshed out, so to speak, in the course of the coming
it is.
years.
Here's the deal. If I see a drone and I get concerned for my safety and I don't know what that drone is necessarily,
You don't know if it's armed.
I don't know if it's armed.
No,
I'm within my legal rights at this point
to defend yourself.
to neutralize the threat. Okay. That could
Yeah.
be with a rope. That could be with a
Shotgun.
number 4 shot.
Yep.
Or that could be with a Hornady.
Yeah. Any number of things that you can do to take it out of the sky, but you better have some good reasons for it. And basically, I understand, if you're sitting out in the field like Jimmy was, you can't call Game and Fish and have them come arrest somebody because you don't know where the drone came from. You don't know where it's going.
Here's the other deal. In thinking about this last night, okay, and it's interesting just from the legal standpoint, the technology and fair chase and harassment. If I neutralize this threat, I'm a pissed off hunter for one thing, because you just wrecked my
hunt.
okay?
Absolutely.
And I got a pissed off drone operator that I just wrecked his drone. What kind of a confrontation do you think we're going to have?
You think the drone operator is going to come looking?
I would think not, but you never know.
Yeah.
You don't know what mentality you're dealing with.
No, and quite frankly, it's an invasion of your personal space privacy
It is.
when they do that. When you've got a drone sitting 75 feet above your head.
Was Jimmy on private property or was it on public land?
Public lands.
That's going to be something else on
I know.
the legal front.
Yep. Well, you have hunter harassment on one hand. You have the ability multi-use on public lands.
Yep.
But does that multi-use, this is where it's a gray area, like you said. And what was your definition of being in fear for your safety?
2 minutes.
You've got a lot to look at if you take any active moves. Personally, I prefer the methodology that you gave me, where there's anti-drones, there's CERT air, dead drone, drone defense, and drone shield, all of which use beams of electricity in some way, shape, or form to basically neutralize the command structure that the operator has.
That's called lightning.
Oh. That'll work.
Yeah.
Put it down quick.
Okay, so here's a question. What
Okay.
would you do? No,
1 minute.
hear the voice of moderation and reason.
I would certainly attempt to
1
find
minute.
out who has the drone in the area. And I would put out some requests. And if it continued for any extended period of time, I'd get it.
About 60 seconds.
60 seconds would probably be considered a little bit long to have something hovering over your head.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think my lack of acceptance and tolerance would kick in about that.
Oh, yeah.
Be real honest with you.
I would do it.
Interesting. So, if that happens to Jimmy today, what's his plan?
30 seconds.
Not a thing.